Today on EA Sports. It's week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 18 carries, 105 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Tapped forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless. And
I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. 2nd and goal from the 1. Elliott. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Quez Watkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL. and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First carry for James Conner. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. On the option, here's Elliott. A beautiful spin and room to run. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That second down play nets a -4. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get up the field, defense.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Bengals had 8-3 now. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Through one corner, 14 14-7 our score. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got this downfield to McBride. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
Taylor is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know your mind melding on this one.
So that challenge, a successful one. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jamison Williams there to make the grab. And the Bengals are once again back in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Allen going to keep it again. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now Allen. Washington's got him. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Buying time to his left.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
To the short side left. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and 13. Allen trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st down, Allen.
Once again, he finds Slayton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Flushed out right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 45 on 2nd down, Allen.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Allen's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a
touchdown! Quez Watkins, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this 3rd quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation, because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams, who's shaken up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Trayvon Walker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, complete. Smith has it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
To throw, it's Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
On play action, Fields.
That's complete to John Ross.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Bengals. John Ross, 53 yards.
And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And now they'll throw with Allen. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run the option left side. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Allen on third. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Trayvon Walker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Darius Slayton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 149 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. They run once more with Taylor.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they're going to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Play action. It's Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
James Conner, 68 yards. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a
touchdown.
Quez Watkins,
47 yards.
And the Bengals are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 45 on second down, Allen. Throw left side taken in by Washington. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Now Allen again. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Past the 20, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. From midfield, here's Allen. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Here's Allen to throw it. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Throwing on second and long. Allen. And this one complete to Smith. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle.